Hi there, this is Ruben from Dutch Round 1. Thanks again for coming by, thanks for watching another video, I appreciate the support. Today, what are we going to do? Well, today I want to teach you one of my favorite structures in the Dutch language. And I am sure when you master this structure, when you master the te plus infinitive structure in Dutch, it will help you a lot to improve your conversations in the daily language and daily situations. So what we will do, well, first of all, I will explain to you when we use te, how we use it. I'll give you some examples, and then at the end, very importantly, I'll also speak about a special case with te. It's a bit of grammar today, but again, I want to repeat that if you understand the te infinitive structure, I am sure that your conversations in Dutch will get a lot better. But before we start with that, as always, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want more content, and also let me know in the comments if you have questions, or let me know in the comments if you're struggling with something in Dutch. I'll make a video about it, and I hope to facilitate your Dutch language learning process. But without much further ado, let's go straight for the te plus infinitive structure. So there we go. When do we use te? Well, first of all, when we want to express an aim or an objective. Now, for instance, you can use this expression every time you want to use to or for, as you would use it in English as in order to. Like for instance, ik gebruik een pen om te schrijven. I use a pen to write. I use a pen in order to write. Now, first of all, I want to show you and analyze this sentence. Ik gebruik een pen, that would be your main sentence. I use a pen. And now you want to say, I use that pen in order to write. Now, many people, when they have to express this in Dutch, sometimes it's a bit difficult, you know, because they think, which preposition do I need to use? Which verb do I need to use? Where do I put everything? Well, te is your perfect solution. Basically, ik gebruik een pen, I use a pen, and then you want to add a subclause or a short subclause, as we call it, and that is where te comes in. So you say, ik gebruik een pen om te schrijven. I use a pen in order to write. Now, this is the first one. So every time in Dutch you want to express an aim or an objective, te will be your best friend. Then you can also use it to give some extra information about a noun. Let's check the example, and then basically I'll analyze it a little bit better. Het is mijn wens om meer te reizen. It is my wish to travel more. Now, the noun would be wens, that is the wish. Now we specify it a little bit more. And what exactly is that wish? To travel more. Again, het is mijn wens om meer te reizen. It is my wish to travel more. And then the third case is info about an adjective. Alright? So for instance, het is moeilijk om deze oefening te maken. It is difficult to make or complete this exercise. Now again, what is our adjective? That is moeilijk. Okay? So we want to specify this adjective. So how do we do that? What is difficult? Well, this exercise is difficult, or completing this exercise is difficult. So we say, het is moeilijk om deze oefening te maken. So that's it. So when you have an aim plus or objective, you will use te, because it will be the same as in order to as in English. If you want to specify a noun a little bit more or an adjective, you will also use te. Now, I'm sure that you've noticed already, looking at the examples, that sometimes you write te together and sometimes we split it up. Well, when do we do that? Well, I'll explain this to you now. Okay, so I'll just give it a click. Alright, so how do we use te? Now there's two cases. Te, they stay together. Te, we split them up. Okay, the first one is the easiest one, when they stay together. Now, when we want to specify a noun, an adjective, or state an objective, we maybe have, but we will only place a verb after the te structure. we will not split them up. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's take a look at some examples and let's speak about it. So, ik heb een telefoon om te bellen. Ik heb schoenen om te wandelen. Ik heb een auto om te reizen. I have a phone to call. I have shoes to walk. I have a car to travel. Now, ik heb een telefoon. Okay, we get it. To call. Alright? And then we would say om te bellen. As you can see, we put them together because the only word which is coming after our om te structure is bellen. Okay, next sentence. Ik heb schoenen om te wandelen. I have shoes to walk. Wandelen is a verb. It's only a verb coming after om and te. So we will write them together. And the last one. Ik heb een auto om te reizen. I have a car to travel. Okay. I have a car to travel. Om te reizen. Reizen will be to travel. It is a verb. Nothing else. So we write om and te together. Perfect. Now, when do we split them up? Pretty straightforward. It's basically when we want to specify the noun again, the adjective, or state the objective we have. But we place now not only a verb, but different word types after the om. And now you can see I've written 3 points because we'll split them up. The structure. Now, for instance, ik heb een telefoon om berichtjes te sturen. I have a phone to send messages. Ik heb schoenen om veel te wandelen. I have shoes to walk a lot. Ik heb een auto om naar Spanje te reizen. I have a car to travel to Spain. What is the difference? Well, now we're not only putting a verb, but we're putting different word types at the end. Ik heb een telefoon, and then afterwards to, I have a phone to send messages. Now you'll say, ik heb een telefoon, and you'll start off with om. You start off with om, and then you place anything else which is not your verb. In this case, berichtjes will be a noun. Okay, you don't have anything else, so you write te, and then your verb goes at the end. The second one, ik heb schoenen om veel te wandelen. I have shoes to walk a lot. Veel, in this case, is an adverb, so we place it after om, then we place te, and then we place our main verb. En ik heb een auto om naar Spanje te reizen. So in this case, we have an adverb and a noun, because naar would be naar would be the preposition, and Spanje would be the noun. So, ik heb een auto om, we put a preposition, Spanje, the noun, country's name, and then our main verb, we place it after te. Okay, that is when we split it up. So remember, om te together, if you only place a verb at the end. If you place other word types, then your verb is going all the way after that te at the end, but everything else is going between om and te. Alright, I know it's a little bit technical, but I want to show you some examples now in order to make it even clearer. Okay, so if you look at the first example. Hij gaat naar bed om te slapen. Of course, this is an objective. He goes to bed in order to sleep. He goes to bed to sleep. Now, as you can see, hij gaat naar bed. That would be the main part, and then you have your short subclause. But there's only a verb. It's only slapen, so you'll write them together. Om en te together. Ik heb een radio om naar muziek te luisteren. I have a radio to listen to music. Om, and then preposition naar. Muziek will be your noun. So preposition and naar are different word types. They're not your verb. So they have to be between om and te. And then luisteren is your main verb, and it goes at the end. I have a radio to listen to music. The next one. Ik koop een ticket om naar de wedstrijd te gaan. I buy a ticket to go to the game. Again, I buy a ticket. That's the main part. And now we start with our short subclause, and we have om. Okay. Then we have a preposition. Okay. We've got an article, and we've got a noun. The article would be the noun would be wedstrijd. Then we place te, and gaan is our verb, which is going at the end. So I buy a ticket to go to the game. Again, it's an expression of an objective. And then the last one is, het is gemakkelijk om Nederlands te spreken. So we have an adjective, we need to specify it, okay, so we use om, and then basically we have Nederlands, which is the other word type, and then spreken will be our verb, which we'll put at the end. So, het is gemakkelijk om Nederlands te spreken. It is easy to speak Dutch. So again, just to remind yourself, om te, verb at the end, write it together. Om te, different word types. The different word types, you put them between om and te, and your verb is going after the te at the end of the sentence. And then we go to the special case. Of course, separable verbs are always special. If you want a more elaborate video on the use of special verbs in Dutch, please check out my channel. I've made a great video about separable verbs in order to make your life easier, but now I want to use them in the om te structure. Okay, so basically we are going to do it step by step. We'll start with a separable verb. The example will be uitleggen. Uitleggen is to explain. And our example sentence would be: het is moeilijk om dit uit te leggen. It is difficult to explain this. Now, first of all, separable verbs, remember, they have a prefix and they have a main verb. Okay, we analyze what is our prefix. That will be uit, and our main verb will be leggen. Okay, so what happens is our main verb without the prefix is going all the way after te at the end. Okay, and what do we do with the prefix, with uit? Well, as you can see in the sentence, we will put it in front of te. Okay, het is moeilijk om dit, and there goes your prefix, uit, te in the middle, and then leggen goes at the end. Okay, so this is how we use om te with separable verbs. So your prefix will be in front of the te, the main verb will be placed after it, as you can see in the example. Now, all of this is very grammatical, but if you master the om te structure, I really believe that your conversation and your speaking skills will improve substantially, because this is like a shortcut in order to get rid of these difficult Dutch subclauses. And that basically was it for today. I want to thank you for watching. Again, if things are not clear, write me a comment and I'll try and answer and make it as clear as possible for you. I want to thank you again for watching. I hope you find some value in it. I hope your Dutch language learning process is going more smoothly thanks to my videos. And as for me, I just want to say, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know again in the comments if you're struggling with something in Dutch, so I can make your language learning process a little bit easier. Thanks again, keep it 100, and stay tuned for another episode of Dutch Round 1. Ciao.